In today's session of Visual JForex, I will be explaining to you the use of component block named trailing stop. This is an component block which we can utilize to set the trailing stop loss using predefined pips. We can define the trailing stop loss in terms of pips, and it makes our job easier to monitoring and protecting our profit. So here it is, trailing stop. We have the brief description. So whenever you feel you need more clarity, so you can refer to this. We have these tooltips provided to us, the brief description on how we can use this, the three components involved, three input variables. Now let us head to the Visual JForex board. Here you will find this component block listed amongst trailing stop. Here it is. Coming to its input values, we have to define the position, the default stop loss, and then the trailing step, the number of pips by which the stop loss will be following the current price. So this is how we utilize this. And to explain to you, let us head to the chart. Here I will give you an example. Suppose if we want to follow the price of any underlying instrument, let us assume we have the short sell position open in the Euro USD at 1.22. Now if we count, we have almost more than 40 pips of profit at the moment, and we want the trailing stop loss to be at work by 20 pips. So what will happen now that the price, the current price of the Euro USD has moved more than 20 pips from the open price, the trailing stop loss will start working, and whatever is the current price, the lowest point of the Euro USD was at 1.216, so the 20 pips will be added and the new stop loss will be revised to somewhere around 1.2183 if the lowest price is 1.2163. So 20 pips will be the trailing stop loss, and to the extent this Euro USD can fall, it will continue to follow the current price by 20 pips. Suppose if later on the Euro USD falls to 1.214 without hitting the stop loss, then the trailing step will be revised 20 pips from the lowest point to 1.216. So this helps us increase our target price, and at the same time we can protect our profit also. Suppose if there is a reversal from any point in time, we won't have to risk all the profits which we have earned, and we will be sacrificing only the 20 pips in between the lowest point and the stop loss price, the revised stop loss price. So let us see how we can utilize this. All we have to do is define the position. The position viewer will be needed for this, and position viewer we will find in logical blocks. First we have to take the current position, all the open positions, and we will create the output value CP current position. We'll save it. I'm assuming that we have a fully functional algorithm, so straight away we are joining it to the start point, and we will only focus on these input variables for this session. We need to join the loop, and also we need to define the new variable for the trailing step, and it can be in the form of predefined variable, where you can simply take the variable like named trailing stop loss. Okay, and we will have to change its data type. The type should be integer, and we will define 20 as the value. So here we have it. This can be one formation where we use the predefined variable. The current position here, it will go in this input value, and the trailing step will be of 20 pips. Now there are other ways to define it. You can even use the indicators which measure the volatility and define the trailing step in accordance with the volatility of the underlying instrument. To do that, let us take the example of ATR. So here all you have to do is take the ATR value, do certain calculation. If you want to use the hourly ATR as your trailing step, or if you want to use 4 hourly ATR as your trailing step, you can do that as well. So here we now take the ATR, we remove this predefined variable, and all we have to do is change this 4 hours shift will be 1, so that last 4 hours ATR is considered. Then we take the component, mathematical component, calculation expression, and we have to be careful that we want this integer to be in the data type of integer. This data type should be integer. So given the fact that 4 decimals are there in Euro USD, we will have to multiply the ATR by 10,000, that is 1 followed by 4 zeros, so that the pips will be counted in integers. Line 15, we create a new variable named pip conversion, and we take 4 zeros, 10,000, 10 raised to the power of 4. If the USD JPY is your underlying instrument, then you will need only 10 raised to the power of 2. So here it is, and this will be A1 into A2, and this is going to be the trailing stop loss TSL. Oops, I think we will need to do the type conversion here. It will be of integer. No, something wrong. We will need to create new variable TRS. Okay. Now we can put this something wrong here. We will have to create the variable here only, and then we will assign this. Something not right. We take this TRS. Okay. TRS1 already exists. Alright, now we will assign this variable to this output. So the output generated in this calculation expression will be utilized at the trailing step. So here is the one possible formation of using the trailing stop. There are multiple ways you can use this block to set the desired trailing stop, and it helps protect your profit, and also you can look for a larger target price compared to the traditional its target price using this trailing stop component. So that's it from my side for today's session. If any of you have any idea or any query to share, you can write to me in the feedback section and I will be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Do subscribe to the Dukascopy webinar channel to stay updated on the market developments. Goodbye.